Okay, I need to do a tiny bit of setup here, and I have also got this little rascal. So here he is. He hasn't got a name yet, so if you want to suggest any names in the chat for this beautiful Quaker boy, then yeah, just let me know. Yeah, okay. There's a chance I'll have to put him back in his cage, but we'll see. Right, let's make this bigger. I am going to... Where's the stream thing? There it is. Right, I am just going to set up the game, so bear with me one sec. Ah, here we go. Yeah, that should be it. Hey, there we go. So yeah, it's been a while since I've done this game, so I'm quite looking forward to getting back into it, to be fair. Let me turn that down a bit. I think it sounds quite loud. Cool. Right. Just check the controls. Cool. Awesome. You might start screaming later, so yeah. Right, cool. So, just gonna check the controls. Don't need that. I just changed that in my thing. F wasn't a flashlight. F. Okay, cool. So I am in Discord, in the Hangout chat if anybody wants to come along and feel free to join the Discord as well. Okay, cool. so I'm gonna be speedrunning this today on PC. I currently hold the world record on VR, but that's because I'm the only one who does it. And so yeah, if anyone wants to give this a go on VR, that would be awesome. Ooh, third on console now, that's cool. Yeah, so I'm second on the PC. I want to beat the time of 38 minutes 38 seconds on PC. My world record here is showing at 35 on this, but that's not right. I'm not quite sure where that one's going. Oh no, I tell you what that is. That's my VR time. Yeah, it's my VR time. It can't kind of distinguish between. I think I accidentally did it on there at some point. Cool. I should get a screen behind me, shouldn't I? That would be pretty nice. Right, let's get the stream thing back up. Cool. Well, thank you for joining me. I might be a little bit rusty because I haven't played this game in a little while. Was it like a year ago? Yep, exactly a year ago. No, 2 years ago when I got my second. Wow, okay, cool. So yeah. Got nothing on here. I'm very excited, you know. I'm just gonna check where he is. He's just chilling in the bucket, he'll be alright. Okay, cool. Not cool. I need a way of doing splits. Okay, hold on one sec. So what do we not need? We don't need the map. Oh, shoot. There we go. Okay, cool. Just gonna check the timer. Yes, sweet. Okay, let's do this. Oh shoot, didn't we start yet? Okay, cool. Actually looks so different.
Carl Faubert sought information for a living. That is to say that ever since he returned from Korea, after having served with the armed forces, he had been working as a private investigator in Montreal. William Hamilton, a rich industrialist, had gotten in touch with him regarding a simple vandalism issue. Nothing to write home about. Not worth hiring a private eye either, just so he can drive for hours on rough roads. But that's how it had always been. The client pays, Carl gets it done.
Mic up. Game sounds down. Oh, game sounds. Right, okay. Let me have it more to my face. How is that? Is that better? Let me try that with the game sound on. How is that? Oh, I tell you what. I wonder if it's using the right microphone. Let me just double check. Yeah, it is. Okay, cool. You know what? I had the microphone the wrong way around. Because I've got it on direct sound. So there we go. Although I am going to turn the game down a little bit because it does look like it's occasionally going over the decibels. Also, let me know if Blue Boy's screaming gets a bit too much. Okay, wait a minute. Although to be honest, I'm sure my viewers tune in for the parrots, right? That's why we're here. I should get Momo and Willow behind really. They're just to the left. And they are sleeping. Sound levels all good. Heck yeah, thank you so much. You're my sound boy. My audio man. The suspense. Okay, there we go. I have to start the timer just as the car loads in, so it's just... I'm just so focused.
Carl Faubert sought information for a living. That is to say that ever since he returned from Korea, after having served with the armed forces, he had been working as a private investigator in Montreal.
Everything feels really sensitive.
William Hamilton, a rich
Expect me to do
industrialist,
absolutely
had gotten
terribly.
in touch with him regarding a simple vandalism issue. Nothing to write home about. Not worth hiring a private eye either, just so he can drive for hours on rough roads. But that's how it had always been. The client pays, Carl gets it done.
I can't remember if you've seen a full run of this. Osh, I feel like you have.
The general store, his client's business. Well, actually, the entire village had William Hamilton's name written all over it.
I turned the level of detail down and like the draw distance, and I'm just like, oh god, I can't see. Dun, 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 dun.
When the roads were bad, muddy, or snowed in, it was customary around these parts to close them off. But it was also customary to ignore those signs entirely and drive there.
Okay, here we go. Oh, that already feels terrible. Oh god. Which is the run button? There we go. Warm up, warm up. Oh god, I'm too fast. Oh god, I pressed the wrong button. How do I open this?
Ever diligent and always carried his log on him, in which he scribbled down thoughts and leads alike during the course.
Wait, what have I done? Wait.
Of his investigations.
Oh. So what have I set this up as? Oh, I'm an idiot. E, not I. E. I do not need the journal. I. E, I. Flashlight. I don't need the flashlight either, I don't think. Do I need the flashlight? Yeah, fair. Oh, I did get very lost, didn't I? I don't think I need the flashlight. Map might be useful. Okay, right, let's try that. 1 second. Alright, let's jump, okay.
Hamilton never mentioned a road blocking barrier.
The running seems
Why
different.
was it needed here in the back of Beyond? That would, however, be a mystery for another day. Carl had waited long enough for someone to come and race him.
Okay. I don't know if there's been any updates to this game. I can't believe it was so long ago now. I feel like some shenanigans are happening behind me.
Carl Faubert sought information for a living. That is to say that ever since he returned from Korea, after having served with the armed forces, he had been working as a private investigator in Montreal. William Hamilton, a rich industrialist, had gotten in touch with him regarding a simple vandalism issue. Nothing to write home about.
Just remember the map is
Not worth hiring a
so I don't
private eye
technically need
either,
that.
just so he can drive for hours on rough roads. But that's how it had always been. The client pays, Carl gets it done.
Okay.
They had set up to meet at the general store, his client's business. Well, actually, the entire village had William Hamilton's name written all over it.
This game is so familiar and nice. Oh, I'm in the Discord chat, by the way, Osh, if you wanted to jump in, hang out, and voice chat. It's up to you. No
The
pressure.
roads were bad, muddy, or snowed in. It was customary around these parts to close them off. But it was also customary to ignore those signs entirely and drive there anyway.
This feels very weird. Why is that running not? Sorry guys. Controls. Sprint, left shift. Thank you. There it is. What happened to that then? Okay, right. Third time lucky? Is it the third time? Fourth? I don't know. It's good. It's good. Part of the speed running, right? Come here. Hey, good boy. Good boy. Step up. Step up. You got apple. Step up. That was a good fly. Ooh. I'm gonna stay on my shoulder. Step up. Good boy. Good boy. Chupa 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 chupa. Yum yum yum. Good boy. Da 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 da. How's everybody feeling today?
Carl Faubert sought information for a living. That is to say that ever since he returned from Korea, after having served with the armed forces, he had been working as a private investigator in Montreal. William Hamilton, a rich industrialist, had gotten in touch with him regarding a simple vandalism issue.
Press
Nothing to
forward.
write home about.
Have a
Not
smoke.
worth hiring a private eye either, just so he can drive for hours on rough roads. But that's how it had always been. The client pays, Carl gets it done.
Always reminds me how you can actually smoke in this game. So you pick up packets of
They had
cigarettes.
set up to meet at the general store.
And,
his client's business. Well, actually, the entire village had William Hamilton's name written all over it.
You use it to increase your stamina, but oh no, sorry. Reduce your stress, which increases your stamina. But it makes your health go down.
When the roads were bad, muddy, or snowed in, it was customary around these parts to close them off.
the
But
tactic.
it was also customary to ignore those signs entirely and drive.
I do have to do it in French, but I thought I would do it in English for because I haven't done it in a while, and I thought everybody would like to hear the story and stuff. So it's pretty much a practice right now. Anyway, I don't suspect I'm gonna get a world record time when I haven't done it for so long. It'd be amazing if I did, but I kind of doubt it. The game feels very different to me. I don't know if it's because I've just been playing a bunch of other things. So yeah, one of the old strats was just to smoke excessively at the end of the
Why was it needed here?
the
in the
Wendigo
back and
run.
Beyond? That would, however, be a mystery for another day.
I have, but I
Waited
don't
long
actually
enough
need it for
someone
this
to come
game.
and raise it. Hamilton is waiting for Carl in the general store.
See, I'm already
It
plus
was
3
time for
seconds.
him to get down to business.
Slow, slow, slow. Just looking at average, yeah, it's looking at
Hamilton
average, that's
enjoyed
pretty
a
bad.
lavish country house built in the very heart of the northern forests, not too far from here.
Yeah, I can do this run by just looking at my splits, because I've named them in such a way that it just tells me what my next thing is, so I know the whole section of the general store, and then the next I know is Mr. Lachance.
And those ones hated him enough to go on about scheming.
Okay, so I'd love to see how quick the loading times
Hamilton
are on
had
this.
recently acquired a few local businesses, but the last straw was the reopening of a mine, which gave rise to a wave of
They're really bad on
protests and
PS4.
threats from the Cree people. Given these circumstances, Carl reckoned that a good number of people must be feeling compelled to oppose Hamilton in one way or another. So far, only the industrialist's house had been a target, but soon enough, Carl thought, the target would become the man himself.
Basically, just have to remember where I do my splits, which shouldn't be too hard. This is a bit different to Infliction, where I would always do it when the sort of like objective thing pops up. That's quite visual.
Carl needed to get out of there. The cold and the pain required urgent care.
Okay. Kona. So we gotta get some stuff from this car that we crashed into. Also, where did all this snow come from? How long have I been asleep? Sprint is not very responsive. That's going to be very interesting. I don't know what's happening there.
The driver had taken off.
So,
It was still best
health
to
pack.
check it out and leave nothing to chance. Carl
Door is
needed
shut.
help.
Right.
It was a small, locked box engraved with the letters W.H. Carl thought about taking it. Nothing was to be left to chance. This
There we
week
go.
in the country, his last hope was to find an abandoned garage or a farm by the roadside. His life depended on it.
Oh, have I accidentally turned the UI off? Because I can't see my stamina at all. Oh gosh. That's not good. Alright, I need this chain.
Even better than he had
I need
hoped.
to light this fire.
Carl
There we
Faubert
go.
had succeeded once more and was now on his way to new adventures.
Inventory. There we go. Oh no, there's my stamina. Cool. Wait. Oh, I don't know. Oh no, it doesn't have a stamina stat, does it? You just have to kind of guess.
It was so cold. Already Carl did not feel his toes anymore.
14 seconds. Oh, jeez. I prefer it in English, yeah, that's fair. It's nice to know what the story is. Ah, there's the stress. That's the one I was looking at. Do-do. Ah, I forgot to put a
Spread
tweet
out
out.
on a few acres of untouched forest, bellowing caribou, everlasting snow, and undefiled lakes. The Manistan region was no tourist hub. It was said to have been populated for millennia by Cree people, and ever since the industrial era, by the metal mining industry.
Yeah. Oh, did Momo tweet? Oh, sweet. Oh, Momo's so good. Thank you,
Was
Momo.
running on fumes. Good thing that the general store was close by.
Ah, here's the loading screen I was talking about. There we go. It wasn't too bad. This is definitely a warm-up stream.
Something fell to the bottom of the box. Carl had no trouble recognizing his
Which one's the
employer.
camera? Okay, that one.
He had been
Okay,
killed.
cool.
There was no need to be a detective to figure that out. But only a detective could have noticed that the killer had to have been very close.
Definitely done
That
something
the
wrong.
fatal blow
Ah,
had been
right,
given
I understand.
before the victim even realized.
I got the Dropbox at the wrong time. Shoot.
According to that log, it seemed like the whole
There we go.
village owed some money to the general store. Carl was far more interested in the bunch of nearby
Yeah, I'm so out of
apples he had
practice.
gotten his hands on, though.
Give me that. Okay, cool. Okay, good. Good, good, good. One, two.
Maintaining his composure, Carl recalled something from his military training. Wolves always stay away from populated areas.
And we need
Was it
third
ever
drawer
bears?
along. This. Pliers. And this door opens inwards. There we go. Come on. Yeah, Carl's not being very fast today. Right, tape this up. There we go. Should have already done the generator, except the lights are not on, so that doesn't look right. Let's try. Nope. What have I done? What have I missed? Oh, I didn't turn the generator on. Oh. Okay. I guess I'll carry on and do the whole run and then I'll just do a better one afterwards. I don't expect this one to be great.
The murder weapon. What was that doing there? Carl wondered. Hamilton must have been determined to keep some information secret to post this key. Shame he got unlucky. Everything made sense now. Poor Hamilton's denunciation was interrupted, and he figured it would be best to lock everything up and send the key to his correspondent,
Kiama.
who would receive the box later on. Clever, but not enough.
Yeah.
That's what happens
Thank
to
you.
ordinary people.
I appreciate that. I find this game so relaxing.
With this
as well.
list, all that was left to do was to sort out the bandits and the honest citizens. He had to search the village. Carl felt that the store and its surroundings still held
About
their secret,
here.
and he didn't like to miss out. Carl wondered what the hell could that thing be. It looked like a man fossilized in ice.
He's still just eating food behind
All
me.
of a sudden, Carl felt like he was pulled inside a world of dreams. A cold, unknown dimension. Somehow, self-control was slipping from his grasp.
Definitely need to work out some more strats for this game because I'm sure that there's some time to be saved.
What could these engraved numbers mean? A fresh path suddenly appeared before Carl.
A lot of it is about balancing the stamina because the stamina bar just runs out quite quick. I mean, I say bar, there's no indication.
Carl had that feeling you get when you immerse your frozen hands in hot water. What happened? Now at least he knew who the unfortunate man petrified in ice was. Gilles Lachance, the general
was
store's
slow.
manager himself.
Okay, I've got 5 seconds to do this next section. Oh, I remember the last time I played this, I'd started doing drive into the drive, back out of the drive on the way back, because I used to turn all the way around, so it's a bit more complicated, but it saves time, I think. Used to get an extra log there, but I don't bother anymore.
The air was freezing, right down to the bone.
Because it's for the fire pit at the end,
Carl
very
felt
end of the
a
game,
cool, tingling sensation
but don't
in
need
his
it.
back.
Also used to get the
Another vision
med
took
kit,
over
but
him.
also don't need that.
Something was hidden under the stairs.
This is a series of sort of like hallucination things. I need to get to a certain point in the house and then like trigger
The
them.
man grabbed his rifle.
Oh shoot, I've
Carl
gone
felt a sense of dread in
the
him.
wrong way. Oh no, I haven't. Need to look at this room. Come on. There we go. And here. There we go. I'll wait for the door to be activated.
Perhaps their spousal relationship had been cooling down.
You like that bit? There's many tactics for the
Seemed like
end, and I still
secrecy
haven't
was
decided which
commonplace
I
in this
prefer.
house.
Position myself to grab the diary as soon as possible.
The
So yeah,
vision
strats
veil
for the
was
end.
lifted, and he was back to reality.
Run and smoke a lot.
reality in which Giselle, Jill's loving spouse,
You
was
can use the
frozen
shotgun.
in ice.
You can use the regular gun, but you don't have very much ammo. Or you can just leg it. I've also tried it with an axe, which is quite funny, but I tend to miss a lot. Shotgun is the most efficient way because you're killing all the wolves, but there's a downside to that because you're concentrating too much on kind of killing them rather than just legging it. So, and also you've got to get the gun, which is extra time. So I just tend to leg it now. But it can be pretty scary because you can't just end the run because you've just been killed by a wolf at the very end. Because it can happen. Oh fuck! Ah! Ugh. Did not see that pole. I've done so many different strategies for walking around in this area as well, like
Carl felt that the store
not
and its
using the
surroundings
truck
still
and
held their secrets, and he didn't like to
all
miss
sorts,
out.
but I think it's quicker to use the truck. I don't know if many of you know that there's also a snowmobile in this game, but I completely cut it out. There was this big puzzle you had to do to basically make the snowmobile. Have I gone too far? I've gone way too far. Downside to having the draw distance, like, low. House is probably about there, I think. Yeah, loading. Yeah, there it is. That's pretty nice. Watershed. Key is in the letterbox, as you do. Right.
In spite of Dr.
We
Beaupré's
only have to
goodwill,
look at the picture
the
of the
place
wife.
didn't look much like a physician's office. It could easily be mistaken for a sewing shop.
Kiyama.
The good doctor,
There we go.
flanked by his beautiful spouse.
Used to be a
Pure
lot of
happiness
items in that
captured
that I
on
thought were
cardstock.
necessary to complete the game.
Carl recognized this woman's soulful eyes. Was it Dr. Beaupré who had hit him head-on at the village court?
Basically, you get physically gated by this game if you don't do certain objectives. I know that's the same for a lot of games, but there's this big wall that just won't come down until you actually do all of the criteria that it needs. House of the Patriot. Most of those objectives are talking to the people who were... I say talking, finding out how the people were frozen, so that you can kind of put their spirits to rest, I guess, and uncover the mystery of what happened to everybody. Ah, that was a bit fast. Wait, have I gone wrong? No, I haven't. Cool. That was not good. Again, a bunch of different tactics for this. You can load and save, and like leave your truck there, and then when you load it, God, the run button is just really not working today. I don't know what that's all about.
The place looked more like a pigsty than a house.
Right, so we've got to
A
make some
heavy stench
caribou.
of
Oh
curdled
shoot!
milk, cheap alcohol, and
What
boiled
have I forgotten?
cauliflower filled the air.
You can't wreck your truck, no. Okay, I'm gonna consult my notes because I don't know what I've done there. What do you need for caribou? You need... sherry wine? Ah, shoot. Yeah, I didn't pick up the empty bottle at the very beginning. Yeah, so that's gonna be a restart. Because I can't make the caribou now, and you need that. You need the caribou to trade, to get a warm coat. Because what you don't see in this game from the speedrun is that you're constantly, like, managing your health from the cold and stuff like that. An interesting thing about your truck, if you save and load, your truck will always come back to the like last place. So for example, there's a trick I do at Rosaire's house, where you drive in, you load save really quick to skip his dialogue, and then the reason I also do that is because then the truck has been turned around for you, which saves a bunch of driving time, because turning the truck around is just like a nightmare. Like a lot of this game is figuring out how best to drive, basically. And the sprint button. I have to see if I can do something about the sprint button. It's not very good right now. I don't really know what's going on.
Carl Faubert sought information for a living. That is to say that ever since he returned from Korea, after having served with the armed forces...
After what I said about not needing my scrapbook, hey Osh.
William Hamilton, a rich industrialist, had gotten in touch with him regarding a simple vandalism issue. Nothing to write home about. Not worth hiring a private eye either, just so he can drive for hours on rough roads. But that's how it had always been.
I know some streamers have kind of like a little tick box of what items you need in the run and which ones you've picked up. That would be quite fun if I could figure out how to set that up. Because then it'd be like, yeah, got the empty bottle, got the caribou.
All over it.
I don't know how it's done, I'd have to research it.
When the roads were bad, muddy, or snowed in, it was customary around these parts to close them off. But it was also customary to ignore those signs entirely and drive there.
Okay, right. That's a little bit better.
Hamilton never mentioned a road blocking barrier. Why was it needed here in the back of Beyond? That would, however, be a mystery for another day.
I enjoy that if you're playing this properly.
For someone to come and race it.
There's a rock to the right there.
Was waiting for Carl in the general store.
And you can
time for him to get down to
leave $1 or something. A Canadian dollar.
William Hamilton enjoyed a lavish country.
And it unlocks the achievement. Like, sorry, eh? for breaking the chain. And I really like that.
The local populace was divided when it came to the affluent man. Some saw a wealthy philanthropist dedicated to improving the region's economy. Others an aging Englishman who would do anything to further his fortunes. And those ones hated him enough to go on about scheming against him.
I love how my sum of best segments is 36, and yeah, it says I've done the game in 35. I don't know how that messed up.
Rise to a wave of protests and threats from the Cree people. Given these circumstances, Carl reckoned that a good number of people must be feeling compelled to oppose Hamilton in one way or another. So far, only the industrialist's house had been a target, but soon enough, Carl thought, the target would become the man himself.
Still just eating carrot. I don't know if you can see him.
Carl needed to get out of there. The cold and the pain required urgent care.
This is the only time the truck is wrecked, really. Like, you can't go off the road or anything. That's slightly better.
The driver had taken off. It was still best to check it out and leave nothing to chance.
Oh,
Carl
shoot.
needed help.
Oh, shoot. I closed the door. Come here,
It was
you.
a small locked box
There we go.
engraved with the letters WH.
Oh, I think I had
thought about
tab
taking it.
on my
Was to be
controller
with a
before.
chance.
Controller or my mouse? Oh, yes, nice. Oops. Sometimes if I jump too sort of dramatically, I trigger that animation. Oh! No. Bloody hell. Just got the sticky keys thing come up. Thank you.
Scratches did not stop Carl. His mother would be so proud. Even better than he had hoped, Carl Faubert had succeeded once more and was now on his way to new adventures.
Imagine if a world record run was broken by sticky keys.
It was so cold. Already Carl did not feel his toes anymore.
So, what strat for the ending do people want to see? Do you want to see, gun or no gun? Violence or pacifist? Run and
Spread out
smoke.
on a few acres of untouched forest, bellowing caribou, everlasting snow, and undefiled lakes. The Manistan region was no tourist hub. It was said to have been populated for millennia by Cree people, and ever since the industrial era, by the metal mining industry.
I'm trying to remember where the axe is. I can't actually remember. Because I was going to suggest the axe, but I can't remember where it is.
Good thing that the general store was close by.
I think it might be where I just was. He's being good. Oh, I thought you had him. Okay, straight in here, straight in here. Open the door. And camera. Oh, I missed it.
Carl had no trouble
Ah,
recognizing his
shit.
employer. He had been killed.
Okay,
There
fine.
was no need to be a detective to figure that out.
And
But only a detective could have
this
noticed
one.
that the killer had to have been very close. That the fatal blow had been given before the victim even realized.
if I find an axe, I will do the axe trap. Oh, if I find out where it is, anyway. Right. Got the sherry wine. Got the empty bottle. Got the sherry. No, I didn't get the empty bottle, did I? I didn't get the empty bottle. Oh my god. Literally cannot do the rest of the game without that. That's pretty crazy. I need a reminder to grab the bottle. Oh. I mean, I can get the axe now. I think I know where it is.
Carl Carl Faubert sought information for a living.
Unless I can find a way to do this
That is
game
to say
without
that ever since he returned
That'd be
from
interesting.
Korea, after having served with the armed forces, he had been working as a private investigator in Montreal. William Hamilton, a rich industrialist, had gotten in touch with him regarding a simple vandalism issue. Nothing to write home about. Not worth hiring a private eye either, just so he can drive for hours on rough roads. But that's how it had always been. The client pays, Carl gets it done. They had set up to meet at the general store, his client's business. Well, actually, the entire village had William Hamilton's name written all over it.
You're kidding me. I forgot to start the timer.
When the roads were bad, muddy, or snowed in, it was customary around these parts to close them off. But it was also customary to ignore those signs entirely and drive there anyway.
Okay, one more. I haven't done it in like, according to speedrun.com, 2 years. Well, that's the last time I got a record at least. Or a record worth doing.
Carl Faubert sought information for a living. That is to say that ever since he returned from Korea, after having served with the armed forces, he had been working as a private investigator in Montreal. William Hamilton, a rich industrialist, had gotten in touch with him regarding a simple vandalism issue. Nothing to write home about. Not worth hiring a private eye either, just so he can drive for hours on rough roads. But that's how it had always been. The client pays,
Checklist, nice
Carl
one.
gets it done.
Cool, thank you. Thank you.
They had set up to meet at the general store, his client's business. Well, actually, the entire village had
I was all
William
ready to get the
Hamilton's
empty
name written
bottle and then
all
I forgot
over
to
it.
press the timer. I mean, I could have just done it without pressing the timer. I nearly crashed into a tree, but there you go. But,
When the roads were bad, muddy, or snowed in, it was customary around these parts to close them off. But it was also customary to ignore those signs entirely and drive there.
I think I'd like to do a full run, see where my sort of times are, and then look at... Ooh, that was nice. And then look at if there's anything I can do to improve the strats, because I know that there's so much that we can do with this game. So much. I don't think it's optimized. Right, here we go. There we go, got it.
Hamilton never mentioned a road blocking barrier. Why was it needed here in the back of Beyond? That would, however, be a mystery for
I've done a
another
bunch
day.
of timing
Carl had
versus
waited long enough for
sprinting
someone
and
to come
jumping,
race
and it
him.
is quicker to sprint.
Hamilton is waiting for Carl in the
Then
general
jump.
store. It was time for him to get down to business.
The stairs was good.
William Hamilton enjoyed a lavish country house built in
Oh,
the very
shit.
heart of the northern forests, not too far from here.
Ah, I
The
thought
local
that might
populace was
happen.
divided when it came to the affluent man. Some saw a wealthy philanthropist dedicated to improving the region's
Dogs
economy.
are hoovers,
Others an
which is
aging
useful when you have a
who would
parrot
do
who
anything to
drops
further
fruit
his
everywhere.
fortunes. And those ones hated him enough to go on about scheming against him.
He likes to eat apples on my
Hamilton had
shoulder and
recently
then just
acquired
like
a
drop
few
them on
local
me.
businesses. But the last straw was the reopening of a mine, which gave rise to a wave of protests and threats from the Cree people. Given these circumstances, Carl reckoned that a good number of people must be feeling compelled to oppose Hamilton.
He ate
one
a
way
chunk of
or
my
another.
succulent plant earlier. That was
So
a
far,
bit rude.
only the industrialist's house had been a target, but soon enough, Carl thought.
I had to like physically grab the piece of succulent out of his beak. I'm totally not reading Reddit. I'm definitely reading Reddit. No. No, I don't want the app.
Carl needed to get out of there. The cold and the pain required urgent care.
Medkit. Medkit, medkit, medkit. Title screen. Sprint button, where are you?
The driver had taken off. It was still best to check it out and leave nothing to chance. Carl needed help.
I keep hitting the door. Oh, I don't have the crosshair turned on. That's what's happening.
This deep
Like,
in
I
the
can't quite
country,
see
his
where my
last hope
center
was
is.
to find an abandoned garage or a farm by the roadside. His life depended on it.
Come on.
Even better than he had hoped. Carl Faubert had succeeded once more.
I
He was
love that
now on his
noise.
way to new adventures.
Right, is the axe here? No. Okay. No, I don't remember. But if we find the axe, I'll grab it. Where is he? Oh, he's there. He looks chill. Oh, hey! How you doing, Chris? The burb does not have a name yet. He is currently Blue Boy. You're getting nibbled.
Spread out on a few acres of untouched forest, bellowing caribou, everlasting
Name suggestions
snow,
welcome.
and undefiled lakes. The Manistan region was no tourist hub. It was said to have been populated for millennia by Cree people, and ever since the industrial era, by the metal mining industry.
Blue Boy fits well.
The truck was running on fumes. Good thing that the general store was close by.
Loading screen. Oh, we're in Steam. Aww. Now? Now? No, I keep missing that.
Carl had no trouble recognizing his employer. He had been killed. There was no need to be a detective to figure that out. But only a detective could have noticed that the killer had to have been very close.
Just walking around with the camera.
That the fatal blow had been given before the victim even realized.
No! It's probably because I'm holding the camera. There we go. Right. Sherry wine. Yeah, I think a checklist would be really nice. I just need a button to like activate to say that I've got the items. I think that would be cool.
Maintaining his composure, Carl recalled something from his military
Oh, I thought the axe
training.
was there.
Wolves always
Right,
stay away
third
from
draw.
populated
Here we
areas.
go.
Wait, was it about bears?
Gosh, she makes the cutest noises. Yeah, I thought the axe was here. Okay. Have you ever seen anything of this game, Chris? I'm doing okay time right now.
Something fell to the bottom of the boat. The murder weapon. What was that doing there, Carl?
Yeah, so
Hamilton
yeah, it's a
must have
murder
been
mystery
determined
set in
to keep some
Canada.
information secret to post this
I'm
scheme.
obviously skipping an absolute
He got
bunch
unlucky.
of stuff.
Everything made sense now. Poor Hamilton's denunciation was interrupted, and he figured it would be best to
I
lock
don't think it makes
everything
much
up
sense
and send the
because
key to his
in the
person
speedrun I mean.
who would receive the block.
Because when you're actually playing it, you pick up a lot of
Clever,
documents
but not
that like
enough.
kind of explain the story.
That's what happens to ordinary people.
Oh, that
playing
split wasn't
spy.
too bad.
Carl didn't know where to go, but he had to find help. Find a way to contact authorities. He had to search the village.
So yeah, it's not gonna make a lot of sense watching this.
Carl felt that the store and its surroundings still held their secrets, and he didn't like to miss out.
So the last time I got a time I was happy with was 2 years ago, apparently, according to Speedrun.com. Oh, I've gone too far. There he is. Come here, LaChance. Come here,
Carl
buddy.
wondered what the hell could that thing be. It looked like a man fossilized in ice.
I think the last time
Carl felt like he was pulled
last time I
inside a
run it
world
was
of
probably
dreams,
before lockdown
a
things
whole
happened, I
unknown
think.
dimension.
I'm not quite sure.
Somehow, self-control was slipping from his grasp. What could these engraved numbers mean? A fresh path suddenly appeared before Carl.
Yeah, I've run this game a lot. I was world record holder in it for a little bit. Yeah, I am on VR.
Carl had that feeling you get when you immerse your frozen hands in hot water.
I'm second
What
on
happened?
PC.
Now at least he knew who the unfortunate man petrified.
I need to save about a minute.
Gilles Lachance, the general
and
store's manager himself.
I think there's going to be strats for that. So yeah, your stamina is increased by reducing your stress in this game, and to reduce your stress, you smoke. So there could actually be some strats in just smoking more when I'm running, because my stamina runs down quite a lot. But I don't think I pick up any cigarettes, actually. I'm not sure if I've got any. Yeah, the VR one is faster because you can teleport. So it's just a case of clicking ridiculously.
The air was freezing.
And that was my first run of that as well, so I can probably get it faster, because that was just me going,
Otherworldly
ah!
ice had struck. The woman's hopes and dreams were frozen in eternity.
But yeah, it cuts out all the walking. Yeah, saves a lot of time.
Something was hidden under the stairs.
Really?
The man grabbed his rifle. Carl felt a sense of dread in him.
Okay, there we go. No, too early. Sometimes there's a downside to being too fast. When things don't trigger on time. There we go.
Perhaps their spousal relationship had been cooling down lately.
Yeah, so
It seemed
I think
like
it's on
secrecy
YouTube, I
was
believe.
commonplace in this
There's a
house.
video of me getting a really good time, and then killing
Vision
myself
scales
because I
looked
have
up,
one too
and
many
he was
cigarettes.
back to reality. A reality.
At the
in which
very
Giselle,
end of the game.
Jill's loving spouse, was motionless,
Oh, I just turned the light on.
frozen in ice.
So I don't do this. I don't do the smoking strat anymore. Loading screen. This is definitely the game that I've speedrun the most. Oh, I'm gonna hit the bush. Ow! Oh, I didn't. Oh my god. That was amazing.
Still held their secrets, and he didn't like to miss out.
It's like a cooldown. Well, it's kind of like a cooldown. You only have a certain amount of health, so... and every time you smoke, it reduces your health, but increases your, like... not stress? I don't know. So, like, if I get bitten by a wolf, because there's a bunch of wolves at the end, if I get bitten by a wolf, then I'm more likely to get killed. But you can just smoke too many. I think it's not 50, it's like 8 or 10 or something like that. I don't quite remember, but...
In spite of Dr. Beaupre's goodwill, the place didn't
Only
look
gotta
much
click
like
on
a
this.
physician's office. It could easily be mistaken for a sewing shop.
I used to mess with so many
Good
things in
doctor,
this room.
flanked by his beautiful spouse.
And now that's all I have to do. Come on.
Pure happiness, captured on cardstock. Carl recognized this woman's soulful eyes.
It's really nice
it
because there's a
Dr.
community
Beaupre
of
who had
runners
hit
on
him
this
head-on at
game,
the
and
village
slowly we've just like figured out new things. I'm proud of the strat I introduced, which is there's a snowmobile in this game, and I managed to find a way to skip the whole puzzle because the puzzle took ages. You had to rebuild the snowmobile and then use it in the last section. It makes the last section slower, but you cut out so much time by just not making the snowmobile. It makes the last section more dangerous as well because you can just get killed by wolves. Oh, am I gonna crash? No, we're good. We're good. Right, so I've got my empty bottle this time. So we're gonna actually make some caribou. Yeah, that truck appeared out of nowhere. I love doors that go
The place
inward.
looked more like a pigsty than a house. A heavy stench of curdled
Here we go.
milk, cheap alcohol, and boiled cauliflower filled the air.
And then it also opens outwards, I'm not quite sure, but... So I've messed around so much with, do I need the truck close to the door? Is it better to have it further away? So there's so many different factors. Okay. See, that's fairly
Carl
slow.
held in his hand some awful sugar alcohol, but rather than drink it,
Wasn't the
he
best.
told himself it could be useful. He only had to be wary.
Come on. Come on. Yeah, that's pretty slow. Pretty slow. Right. Okay, let's go see our friend Rosa. So the reason for the caribou is to trade the caribou for a really nice coat that keeps us nice and warm. Rosaire is not too happy about you being... Hey baby. Hello baby. About you being in his house though. You shall see in a sec. Yeah, I agree. Okay, here we go. We're just gonna smash into this house because we don't care about the truck. So... Yep, shoots me, thank you.
Oh, mon bonhomme. Je m'attendais pas à ce qu'un étrange retontisse par ici.
I was a bit slow on that. Load checkpoint. Rosa's house. So I'm just going to skip a little bit of dialogue, and it also moves the truck. So the truck will now be in the right place and facing away, so I won't have to turn it around. Ah!
Si tu veux du
There we go.
linge chaud, parce que t'es habillé comme un gars de la ville.
So now I need to wait for the... Hey buddy.
Puis tu pigeras ce que tu voudras parmi mes guinées.
How you doing? You pretty boy.
Ah, quand on
Okay.
cherche, on trouve. Parce que je t'aime bien à cette heure, je vais te dire quelque chose. Tu fais
Yeah, I know, right? So now I need to grab the coat. and there's an animation where the character puts the coat on, and what I want to do is interrupt that. So I'll show you that in a second. So if I grab this, now if the timing is right,
The
if I just...
Polaroid.
There we go.
Carl's long-standing and faithful
So we take
ally,
out the camera to
has seen its share of
interrupt
husbands caught
that
red-handed
animation.
cheating. There's always something out there waiting to be snapped away. Health is what mattered most, and the old man's quite sure of that. However, Carl still felt
So
that
I
he
got
would miss
distracted
out on
because I was
precious
thinking about
knowledge
whether I
if
was
he
going
left this
left or right.
place.
There we go. Okay, so we are going back the way we came slightly. The game likes to make you go back and forth quite a lot. It's way more like it when you're not doing the speedrun mostly. Yeah, Lamotte's garage. Hello, baby. What you doing? I still think I can do this section quicker because I really faff with the truck at this point. You did used to have to take pictures, and I thought that taking pictures was part of the sort of like gated things. And there was a grave over here that you had to take a picture of, which took out a bunch of time. But yeah, it's not in the speedrun anymore. Right, let's see if I can get a run. Come on. Come on. I don't know why the run is just not working today. There we go. We are gonna jump this bit of fence right here. No. So I did this game in 10 hours. But I'm the kind when I'm not speedrunning. Oh shoot, what is happening? It's like my keyboard is not sensitive at all. I wonder if there's an update. Shouldn't blame my tools, but this is ridiculous. Yeah, but I'm the kind of player that looks at literally everything. Like, I'm very much a completionist when I'm not speedrunning. So yeah, that's like all achievements kind of level. So we need to look at all these sections here. Kind of need to look at where he is in order to do these bits. And lamp. And up here, where this bucket is. Come on, buddy. So this guy is a conspiracy theorist, and so he's trying to build an alien spaceship. And he hides something up here, and that's what you learn, and then you go and read it. That's the idea. This is also where you get the
Something
snowmobile.
very important must have been in there for the man to take such time and effort to hide it. But Carl didn't know how to reach it.
I don't know what is happening. It's just not acting as an input at all.
Carl hadn't lived up to his good finder reputation. He still hadn't found any of the wealth contained in Lamotte's lands.
It's gonna make the ending pretty scary. I can't run. Alright, this is pretty horrible, so I need to do this better at some point, because I have to really turn the truck around, and it's very awkward. He's just not gonna bother. He doesn't care. He's got what he needs. This is the, like, minimal way of finding the mystery. He's a really sloppy detective. Okay, we're gonna stop around about here. And hopefully run up this hill. If it lets me. Come on, game. Come on. There we go. So you can't enter this cave. Oops. You can't enter this cave without...
Luckily, he had the coat to protect him from the biting cold.
Oh.
The cold
There we go.
seemed to be more brutal here than anywhere else.
Yeah,
Into
that's fine.
bones and into every breath to get to
I
the
like that.
heart until it stopped.
You can't
Well,
enter
needed
this
to
cave
dress
without
in
your
more
coat,
clothes to
basically, because
survive.
it's freezing. Right, there's two things I want to pick up. A hammer. And where is it? That there. Some hardware. Okay. I've got a cramp in my hand from holding down the shift button. I wonder if it'd be better to put shift on my mouse. It might be nice.
Seems like the elements showed mercy to those nice and solid-looking planks.
Build this bridge. Right, so we've got another person trapped in ice up here.
Another instance of this magic ice. What was this one doing, lying on the ground, so afraid? The plot thickened like water into ice.
I forgot about that. So yeah, we're gonna follow these footprints.
He had been running in fear from something creeping towards him, against which he couldn't do anything.
So in
only
this
to
section
end
I'm
up
trying
like
to
this,
jump as much as possible on the kind of
petrified and
downward hills in order to sort of use gravity to fall. Make it a bit quicker. Come on, buddy. Come on. You're in my way. Thank you. Right, so I'm not going to pick up the gun. Let's ignore that. I need to look at that. There we go. And then pick up this book. And pick up the book. There we go. Regime. So this
It
takes
seemed
some
as
time
though
to load,
Regin
so we
had
want to
been
put this
ready to
down.
take up
There we go.
arms and slay people like
Pick up
Hamilton.
some dynamite. It's always
He had
worth taking
committed murder for
extra.
this cause. Who could have gotten killed in
there we
front
go.
of his very eyes?
So I haven't got the gun out.
Carl
So-
suddenly felt observed. He was worried about a presence.
I wonder whether I should. Could get killed here if I don't. Right, let's just see. So we're gonna set some dynamite up here and hope I don't get killed. Oh shoot. Or it could get in my way. Hope I've got time to get out of the way. Need to get about here. There we go. There we go.
No stone can withstand the force
So I
of
think
dynamite.
somewhere here you can jump down. Haven't actually done it yet. Let's put the ladder up and... What are you doing, buddy? Oh, right, yeah. There we go, there it is.
Scratches did not stop Carl. His mother would be so proud.
So that's a recent strat that I saw on the world record. Oh, he's pooped down my arm. Yeah, my arm was a bit wet and he's pooped down my arm. I guess it's fine, I can't really. Right, this is fun because this is really dark and I can hardly ever see where I'm going. Yeah, definitely. Oh, gosh. Alright, okay, cool. Will I stop to wipe up the mess on my arm? No, I will not. I do now need to wash this shirt. Sorry, Ash. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and no, that doesn't seem quite right. Here. Nope. That's a very difficult U-turn. Well, I say U-turn. Yeah, no, it is a U-turn. Thanks for watching, Chris. That's awesome. See you around. Okay, I need to put on the brakes as soon as I see the lamppost, which is coming up. Here we go. Okay. Wait, is that you opening the back door? Okay, cool. Okay. Hello, boy. What you doing? What you doing? So here's the moment when you figure out whether you've done everything right or just completely failed. Because this is the literal wall that blocks you.
He was going back to the realm of visions. Carl had no issue recognizing the spirit-like figures.
I can wipe up the
But he couldn't figure out what they wanted from him. The phantom, freed of reality's shackles, vanished in the forest. Earlier, Carl had witnessed a tragedy that befell it. Another phantom disappeared in the wilderness. Carl had seen what happened to it too. A third phantom gently faded away.
What you doing?
Carl noticed that as the cursed villagers finally left reality, he could feel a sense of unburdening exuding from them in an almost intimate way.
Alright, next split coming up.
The last phantom, lost in solitude up until now, joined the others in the forest's darkness, free at last to enjoy an eternal, well-deserved slumber. Carl was only beginning to understand the horror which had struck his village. He understood that the dead were piling up and that he couldn't help them.
Pretty decent time, really.
The
Minus
road was
55
clear for
seconds,
him.
really. Wow.
He needed to push further north and fast to find help.
Right, so this bit is the really tricky bit, so I'm gonna be concentrating. I have to navigate in the dark, basically. Thank you. Right, so I do need to pick up this
Carl
diary,
felt like
I'm pretty
someone
sure.
was trying to communicate with him. Or was it simply the result of happenstance?
I've forgotten that before. I used to have to take a picture of that arrow, but I don't have to anymore. I think my character's already quite cold, which is concerning.
Carl had found what he was looking for. He needed to get back on the road.
Where's the hands-free torch?
Carl wondered how long he
There
would
it
have
is.
to endure this skin-stinging cold.
Oh, hello. Oh, don't chew that. There we go. Oh, this could be fun. Blue boy's pressing buttons on my keyboard. Gonna help me get a world record, buddy. Oh, I went slightly wrong and that might cost me. Because I've now got a wolf chasing me, which is far from ideal. Yeah. He's messing with my volume. Okay, nearly there, I think. Unless I've gone completely off course. Okay, yeah. This is fairly okay. Just need to find the place where I can cross the river. And thank you, buddy. You've opened the map for me. That's perfect.
Cold turned into pain.
Ow, 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 ow.
Carl needed to find someplace warm.
That was him trying to bite my nail off, by the way. Right, where's the bit of the water I can cross? Because I have gone a little bit wrong. Really need to practice this end bit, because it's where I always go wrong. Here we go. Yeah, I went way too far over to the right. Like, a lot. That's what we want. Nah, I thought that might happen. Yeah, I was too cold. Okay. You know what? Let's load checkpoint and... practice.
The Polaroid, Carl's long-standing and faithful ally, had seen its share of husbands caught red-handed cheating. There's always something out there waiting to be snapped away. Health is what mattered most, and the old man's coat made sure of that. However, Carl still felt that he would miss out on precious knowledge if he left this place.
Since I have failed my time quite badly, and I'm going to try again, I will be right back. As my dad likes to call it, by a break. There we go. Oh no, wrong card. Wrong card, I'm still here. There we go. And I am back. And I have a snack. Oh, I tell you what. Let's change that to tab. Yeah. So yeah, I'm gonna get to the end of the game and then see. Kind of want to do a successful full run, really. What's my sprint button doing? There we go. Right, okay, let's see if this works. There we go. That's what I wanted before. I just saw a glimpse of the snowmobile. So that's his alien spaceship he's been making.
This one seemingly petrified in action. The poor man, before being frozen solid, seemed to have been defending the entrance to his cabin. But from what?
Not only do you have to rebuild the snowmobile, you also have to rebuild his, like, well, finish his little alien spaceship from his schematics. It's very long-winded. I do recommend playing this game casually, I've really enjoyed it.
Something very important must have been in there for the man to take such time and effort to hide it. But Carl didn't know how to reach it.
There we go. I had to press the sprint button 3 times then for it to actually respond.
Carl hadn't lived up to his good finder reputation. He still hadn't found any of the wealth contained in Lamotte's lands.
I keep forgetting to tell my dad that I'm live. I should send him a message. Oh, it's the ice caves. We're gonna break here. Maybe I'm just not used to the sprint. Maybe it's a case of being a bit more patient with it. I don't know why I went that route, but it was fun.
Luckily, he had the coat to protect him from the biting cold. The cold seemed to be more brutal here than anywhere else.
I should really speedrun Firewatch again.
Every breath to get to the heart until it stopped. Carl needed to be dressed in warm clothes to survive.
Where is it? tiny bit more. I don't need that. Matches. See if we did better this time. My run is really not working. Come on. There we go.
Another instance of this magic ice. What was this one doing? Lying on the ground, so afraid. The plot thickened like water into ice. He had been running in fear from something creeping towards him, against which he couldn't do anything, only to end up like this, petrified and cold.
That's better. Right. Look at that section and wait to get the book.
It seemed as though Regin had been ready to take up arms and slay people like Hamilton. Could he have committed murder for his cause? Who could have gotten killed in front of his very eyes? Carl suddenly felt observed. He was worried about a presence around him.
Risky. Risky play. Come on. Come on. Okay, there we go. Okay, that was better. Just got to avoid the wolf for just a second. And here we go. If you go a second before that, you just explode. Although I think the wolf is still behind me, which is not good.
Can withstand the force of dynamite.
Where did we jump off before? Was it about here? Maybe it's something to do with still touching the ladder?
Scratches did not stop Carl. His mother would be so proud.
I love that line. Oh, I mean, that was better. I used to angle my headlights in this section so that I could see where my car is, because it's pretty tricky. There we go. And that would be a split. There's a bug with the radio that if you spam it on and off again enough times, it just loops the same bit of audio over and over and over again. It's quite funny. So I can't remember the timing on this, but I think it's 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and turn. Oh, yes. Oh, so close. So close. So I have managed before to do that in one sort of like one turn. It's a very tricky maneuver, but you know the run is going well if you do that. Oh, there we go. I've broken the radio.